when you got medical.
Or unless it's in a
But
municipality.
you're
Okay.
overall responsible for the scene.
Right.
The fire chief or senior person from that fire department is responsible for the operations. You may be the incident commander, but he's a sub-commander for that area.
Right, right. So, here's how I understand it. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. That person's trapped in that vehicle. I get there, you get there, sheriff gets there. Y'all trained to extricate. You got people on scene to extricate. You are in charge of that extrication. Whatever you need, you're in charge. A live person now. Dead people, I want them to stay in there till I
Dead
take
people belong to the coroner. Neither one of y'all want to take them home, right?
No. But you're in charge of your area of responsibility, okay? Now, the only thing that you're in charge of is taking care of that person in that car. And then, as a senior man,
I'm in charge of my people.
and that's what I was going
If we're
to.
in the middle of the road, get them out with a jaws there,
Right.
we don't need people coming to us.
Right. Right, you're in
Either
charge
way,
of
a
your...
dead person or what, it don't make no difference.
Well, if it's a dead person,
It's a crime scene. If it's a dead person, you can't touch him and take him out till this man tells you.
Well, at
Right.
some point in time, he's gonna take them out.
I agree, but
And that's
then
what he's saying, whether that person's dead
Yeah, I
or
got people
alive,
out.
when he's in that road doing that extrication, he's still putting his crew at danger.
that is correct.
Right,
I agree
And
with
we
that.
want a barrier of safety. That's how NFPA refers to it, a
Yes, sir.
barrier of safety,
That's right.
whether that be a
That's why
fire
you park an
truck,
86,000-pound fire truck
18-wheeler,
between you and
whatever.
oncoming traffic.
if you're doing something on that scene, as a fireman, if you're working on that scene, you're in charge of the safety of your people. If you're working on that scene, okay?
I got a comment about that.
Okay.
There was an accident over here on Highway 45. Head-on collision, one dead, one still in the vehicle. They were in the process of shutting them out, right. They had south light 3 minutes out.
Okay.
Traffic was backed up a mile and a half on both sides.
Okay.
The first vehicle behind the accident was 3 18-wheelers.
Okay.
I was there and controlled movement of the first 3 vehicles, which were 18-wheelers. I had myself and 2 other people controlled movement of those vehicles so the ambulance, so the south light could have a landing zone close by. The fire truck was there. They wasn't 50 yards from us.
Okay.
And we had disruption about, oh, you can't move nothing. You can't move. Well,
5 minutes. 5 minutes prior to landing, 5 minutes after landing, everything stops.
Right.
well, but
Actually, yeah.
people
40
have
years
a
as
place
a
to land.
helicopter pilot, 18,000 hours of flight time, the FAA said 5 minutes prior.
I know it. Well, that's what I'm saying. We had to clear that traffic out. We had to clear the traffic out with controlled movement.
Sir, you got to secure an LZ and mark it 5 minutes prior. If you're on scene.
That's what he was trying to do, get a place first.
That's
Okay,
what I
who
was
set up the
trying to
LZ?
It was, well, we didn't have a place. The road was blocked. He was trying
You
to clear
did
the
not
road.
have a place at all?
No, sir.
Okay,
They had no time. They didn't have that 5-minute window.
okay.
And he could pull around.
Y'all hold your question. Hold your questions and comments. The chief gets through talking. Go ahead,
And
chief.
I took the responsibility of moving those 3 18-wheelers, control movement by the wreck scene, to get them out of the way where the south light would have a place to land.
Okay.
Rather than load them up and carry them a mile and a half on either direction.
Sometimes you have to do that, though. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying these guys are wrong. Let me ask you, who was running the LZ?
Nobody.
It was 30 minutes away instead of 3 or whatever you said. It was 30 minutes away. He could have come and got with us, but we've still got a guy that's fixing to go in shock.
Okay.
He could have got with us and let us know that, hey, we ain't got a place to set up LZ. You know, and still you don't want to stop doing what you're doing because I ain't never seen a four-wheel drive Chevrolet pickup hanging out the back of a dadgum helicopter to begin with anyway. The man's got to get out. You got to get the man out of the
I understand. If y'all were extricating, and I'm not trying to take sides, I'm just saying, if it was 30 minutes out from the helicopter and y'all were trying to extricate this man, y'all were in the roadway working, right?
In the middle.
Should have been nothing moving around for their safety. Doesn't matter, were they working, or how do the vehicle back? And I'm trying to play the middleman here, I'm not taking sides. We don't need vehicles moving, because you got 1,500-pound hydraulic lines laid out, you got tools laid out.
There was nothing in the lane of travel that they were traveling in, and we were patrolling.
Were they in the road work? No.
Did you communicate that to your fire department before you moved those vehicles?
Incident commander
No, I
testified.
had a guy there
So,
that was
I mean,
stopping.
let them know, I mean, because, I mean, my thing is, if I'm sitting there working on somebody and unexpectedly there's a vehicle comes down the road, then it's gonna upset me too, number one. Number two, I know all that traffic was stopped, therefore, I know my scene was safe when I started to work on that patient. And I'm bad about getting tunnel vision when I'm taking care of my
Well, it wasn't
patient.
like we were turning the whole line of traffic.
No, what I'm saying though, you should have at least communicated to them, hey, we're gonna move these 3 vehicles so we can set up an LZ. I
Let me
mean,
add something to that, as an instructor for extrication, and these guys will know about it. If you've been to an extrication course, you've heard this too. 2,780 feet per second. That's what an airbag deploys at. I show you a video of a firefighter down on his knees working with a patient while they're trying to cut the roof off the car. They trip something in the car. It sets the airbag off, and it blows a firefighter. When that bag hit him, it knocked him as far from here to that window over there, all the way across another lane of traffic. I don't want to be the one that gets shoved up under that 18-wheeler. You don't want to be standing there helping them and have something that's half cut loose on that car if it blows. And some of the airbags are all under the dash. Some of them are inside the dash. They're inside the side of the seats. There's window curtains in the top of the roof lines now that come out. 2,750 to 3,200 feet per second on some of the side impact door bags now. They will hurt you worse than the accident did if you're not strapped in and tied down. These guys don't need anything. When they stop everything, please, humor, keep everything stopped. There ain't nobody on that roadway that needs to get anywhere real quick unless they go into a hospital. And if they need that, they got an ambulance sitting there, most likely they can help them out. Please let these guys control the part where they're working. As soon as they get through, they need, excuse my language, get the hell out of the way, turn it over to you. Once they've picked up their equipment, they've made their equipment safe and the vehicle safe that they're working on. These guys are the experts at the extrication, the medical care, and clearing that scene. Once that's done, it's yours. They need to listen to everything that you say at that point. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's your scene.
Go back to the clearing the scene.
Yes, sir.
You said they're expert at extrication, caring for the injured, and clearing the scene.
Clearing their equipment and getting it up.
All right. I just
I'm
want,
not talking
I wanted
about
to
you.
clarify that. I didn't want no
Absolutely.
evidence of eradication going on out there.
No,
While
sir.
we're doing the investigation.
The thing is, do as little damage as possible.
Right.
Don't touch anything. And
That
in
you ain't
my-
got to.
That they've got to. In my case, you know what the first thing that happens when we hit the scene? My PAO man steps out of an extrication vehicle with his camera in his hand. If you come to Lillian, you'll get 25 or 30 8x10 glosses by the time you get there, because we print them right on scene.
Somebody
for you.
transfer.
I'm not lying to you. Am I lying to you, Rick?
I've given, we had a fatality on the Lillian Bridge. We had a trooper that was doing the scene in 20 minutes. I went to my house, printed off 7 copies, and gave him a CD of 45 pictures. And he comes up, he gets out of the vehicle, I hand him the pictures, and he looks at the pictures and looks around and goes, damn.
Yeah.
Tell you something else we did.
Hold on a minute, Ray. How many people in this room have been through extrication classes? I expect all of y'all to have, because you're fire chiefs and supervisor capacity.